That's it, yes. All right, so let's dive in. Low ticket versus high ticket. And by the way, what low ticket means is just low price, and then high tickets is high price. And a lot of times, like when you're starting out, we always recommend low ticket first, but we'll go more in that. So the roadmap of this quick little training, first off, I want to talk about how to price your course. And we're going to break in the section of the type of course that you have, and the transformation. And then we're going to move into ascension model. And I'm going to show you a quick ideal funnel, and then we'll leave time for a question and answer. Sounds good? Okay, so what I'm going to teach you is a lot of the models inspired by some of the top marketers in the online space, including Russell Brunson, Amy Porterfield, Dean Graziosi, and Onyx Singhal. So it's all credited to them. And I also add in my years of experiences with the model that they have to fit my own kind of journey and what I'm offering to my audience. And I've been to all their events. I bought all their courses. So I'm not like just stealing and teaching you. I'm also like giving them credits back to this. So when it comes to course type, there's three types of course to keep in mind. The first one, it's called starter course. So this is where it's suitable for beginners to help them get started with small wins. Pricing usually lands at lower range, like $97 or $197. Sometimes I've seen as low as like $47, $27. And those are more suitable for like ebook, like guides, or even like a quick tutorials training that I've seen people like hosted on YouTube channels. So an example will be a course title like Instagram Reels 101, boost your engagement in 7 days. The target audience could be people who are overwhelmed with content creation and need a simple strategy to learn how to create Instagram Reels. And the goal here is to give them actionable steps, target a specific outcome, and low barrier to enter. Spotlight course focuses deeply on one specific result. So these are usually mid-price, $197 to $497. Okay, and course title for this example could be, this is actually a real one. It's happening right now at my CrossFit. Kyle is my instructor. He's launching this summer strength and sculpt challenge. He does this every summer. And the target audience is people who are getting ready for the summer body, eat healthy, stay fit while managing a busy lifestyle. So I part of his challenge before, and it was just like a simple like PDF, and then he would also keep people accountable with just like texting them every 2 days, like, oh, what you're eating, are you doing your steps? Very simple. So it's also what he has, this is a 4-week of coaching, accountability, and results. Okay, and then for the result, he has this measurement that measure body fat. Usually you have to like pay in order to use that, but if you're enrolled in this challenge, you get it for free, and he will measure it before you start a challenge and then post. Signature course. So this offers a comprehensive transformation and full framework. And usually this price $997 and up. Okay. There are courses that charge like $10,000. We can go into that later, but that's more of like what we call back end kind of product. And signature course, for example, it's Online Income Lab. That is my signature course. It's also priced at $997. And the target audience that I'm focusing are people who desire to build wealth online, 9-to-5ers wanting to quit their job, parents who wish to have more time, or people who are just worried about the market, the tariffs, like the groceries price going up, like looking to way to earn an extra income streams. And the goal here that I'm teaching people is like launch your digital offer and scale with affiliate marketing. Okay, so this is more like transformation focus. And the first two, it's more improvement focus. Okay, so these are the 4 types. Starter course, usually price $97 to $197. Spotlight course, price $197 to $497. And then signature course could be $997 and up. All right, and if you guys have any question, feel free to raise your virtual hand. I believe I will see it. And then I'll just pull it on the side so I could stop and you can shout out your questions. Okay, now I want to go into more of the value first pricing. So you can base your pricing up of what we went over, like the course types, but some people also would focus on more of the value. So like what we mentioned before, like the course that improves, like what is the level of transformation of your course? Could be if your course that improves someone's situation, like current situation, that could price $27 to $4.97, or a course that could possibly change life, right? Could allow you to quit your 9 to 5, retire your husband, retire your parents, like live the travel lifestyle. Like that could be something that's over 500 and more. The best way to kind of find out how much you should price your course, besides focus on the value and the course types, you can also research your competitors. But at the end of the day, you also want to just give as much value as possible, because when people see that you are providing value, you're actually want to help people, they would see it, just make it irresistible to people, right? And then they'll be like, okay, this is, if this person, it's genuinely wanted to help with adding these bonuses that actually be helpful to me, this is what I would want to go for. And there's also the concern of payment plan, right? So let's say if you're offering a course, and especially these days, we are in trust recession. People need a little bit more time to be warmed up. So this is, and sometimes people just want more payment plan. There's different types of payment plan. The most common one that we've seen is like three times payment plan. But I also seen like 2 times payment plan. So if you are offering payment plan as a business owner, you do hold more risk, because people, let's say they cancel their card, they're missing the payments. So, and you also need to pay more in terms of the cost of the software, the payment software that you're using. So it is 100% reasonable. I don't know why my laptop keep doing that. I'm just going to do this. So it is 100% more reasonable for you to have a, what do you call it? Like increase the rate when it comes to pricing your course. So let's say if your course is $4.97 and you are doing like $4.97, 3 times payment plan, right? So sorry, 3%, 3 payment plan, but so you can price it up to 8% or more. So additionally, the person will pay a total of $4.97 plus $39.76, right? 39 plus $39.76. So a total of $536. So you can use this number and then basically divide it by 3. And then each month they would just have to pay, divided by 3, $178. Make sense? And this is a side note. The best way to word a payment plan, I didn't write it here, is, let me just add it here real quick. Best way to word for a payment plan is that pay $178 today, or install, not pay. The word pay is not so desirable, but like install today, and then 2 payment after 30 days apart. Okay, if you're multitasking, come back to me, and you can literally screenshot this, because this is more people don't like to see the word, oh, payment. But when they see that, okay, today, if you enroll for $178, and then later on just 2 payment plan, 30 days apart, that's more enticing, and people are more willing to start. And then during maybe your presentation, if you're doing like a VSL, or even if you have like a short video on your sales page, you can say, hey, by the way, if you start today, if you enroll today, $178, and then 2 payment plan for 2 payment of 30 days apart, you can have instant access to the course, to the support, to the team, to the community. So that is enticing, right? So that's just a side note. Okay, but let's move on. And then, so now that you have a pricing in mind, what's more important is your through line, okay? People call it through line. Some people call it value ladder, depending on what you want to call it. But basically, which I'm going to talk in a bit, acquiring new customers is actually very expensive. You should be once you get a customer, you have that customer for a life, and they bought from you once, they're more likely going to buy from you again. So this is where you have to think about what other offers that I could provide to my customers that would help them even more. Okay. So do not ignore your existing customer, because number one, acquiring new customers are expensive. Number two, people who bought from you before will most likely buy from you again. Number three, if you do not have a solution for them, they will seek elsewhere. And then last but not least, be innovative. So this is where you have to think about, how else can I serve my clients on a higher service level? So this is where you can, let's say, offer support, give out your templates, give out more like a community or like a membership, things like that. Okay, sounds good. Let me see if there's any question on the chat. All right. Okay, I see a lot of people join. Hey, Camila. All right. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna go into the Ascension model by Anik Singhal. So I attended the Expert Summit with Camila, and we just absolutely love it. We learned so much. And Anik is a 9-figure business owner. I took out some of the slides, but this is basically what I taught inside my membership as well. So he's a 9-figure business owner, and at one point he lost $40 million, and he had to shut down his company that was on track to make $40 million because he was sued by FTC in 2023. But because of that, like, he's an entrepreneur. His story is inspiring. It did not. He basically used what he went through with FTC, whatever, and make a business out of it. So he's like super compliant now, and he's like more than ever more successful. So last month, Camila and I, we went to Expert Summit hosted by Anik, and we just learned so much. He talked about this thing called the expert model, and it was a lot of information, but I'm going to break it down. So let's start with the POI. Okay. So POI means pay, organic, and influencer. And always start with O, which is organic. That means like you're posting without doing ads, like you're getting traffic without doing ads. Because we never know if our offer is going to work, number one. And number two, when you're starting out, you don't want to spend a lot of money on ads because it's just not sustainable. You're testing the water, and free organic traffic works just as well. I've posted 3 years in my online space. I haven't done a single ad until recently because I'm trying to scale now. So yes, you can definitely do it without ads. Influencer. So this is, let's say, depending where you are with your business, but if you're ready to start like launching with affiliate marketers or using influencers, highly recommend it if you can. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Thrive 2025. This is a program or like a challenge that Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins are currently launching, like in the process launching right now. They reach out to influencer. And last year I promoted for them as well. So, and they had the biggest launch ever in history, which made $40 million within that launch phase. Okay. Okay. I got a question from Parna. Can your clients be your influencer, especially if they have an influence in the local market? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, especially. So this is where you can either like hunt yourself, or maybe you have a team that could look out for you and acquire those influencers. But yes, definitely, especially they're within the same niche as you are. Okay. So A stands for acquisitions. So this is where you get new people into your world. And usually you're offering something that is super low risk and high value, and it's an easy yes to your audience because you're getting them into your world, right? So this is where it comes to like your product should be low ticket. And I made a mistake. I launched my signature course as $997. And I had a great success when I first launched it because I made the noise, I launch it. I follow a launch strategy basically. But after that, if I were to make it evergreen, no one's going to buy like $900 product without knowing more about me. So this is where I have to like think through, like start having like lower ticket course and then leads to that. And the acquisition phase does not necessarily mean that you usually don't make money. You lose money, especially people who are doing ads. So Anik, I think he spent, I think it's 10 million, Camila. It was like he spent a ridiculous amount of money on ads, but he could because he has a huge business. So a lot of times, like people would do ads at this phase, and you're not expecting to make money back, but the goal is to have your clients, your dream clients, get into your world without resistance. And if your first offer is $3,000 or more, it is possible to make money, but just keep in mind your sales cycle is going to take longer. Okay, for example, my $997 course, I could keep like doing ads and driving people into my world. It's just going to take longer. But if you have a lower ticket offer at front end, that's just going to make it faster and easier. And one thing I want to note though, about having lower ticket and higher ticket, you want the next offer to make sense. Okay. Try not to launch an offer that compete with your initial offer, if that makes sense. Let's say if my instructor, my CrossFit instructor is selling a course that teach men how to get abs, right? The second offer should not be something similar, okay? Because it's gonna compete with the first offer. So the second offer could be like a healthy diet or like a grocery list to meal plan for you, things like that. Okay, so liquidation. L stands for liquidation. So the goal of liquidation is to recover as much of your ad spend as possible. So this applies more for when you have ads. Oh, Aparna has a question. Can you give me an example of lower to higher ticket? Okay, I think I just gave a quick one. So another good one, Aparna, what niche are you in? So I'm the wealth niche. So let's say if my lower ticket product, right now what I have, I can show you later of my product life cycle,
Hey,
is that,
Stephanie.
hey,
Sorry. Hey, no, so I'm in the social media field right now. I'm just starting out. I have my product that's in the process, but I still am kind of, and this course is just so timely. So I just wanted to know what is the low ticket item I can give right now, which kind of plays into the higher ticket, because it will be part of the higher ticket item as
did you
well.
say you have a social media course?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
perfect. So
yes.
an example, a low ticket course could be what I have here, like an Instagram Reels 101, boost your engagement in 7 days. Something like that. That could be, I feel like 7 days might be a bit too short for like a $97 course. What I love right now is like using ChatGPT to fine tune. Okay, I'm building this lower ticket course. Let's say, what do you have in mind for a lower ticket course? Like, well, I mean, like, what's a price point?
Honestly, my entire course is going to be 997. So like I said, it has to be higher than that, but I am really starting at a very low point. I mean, I have 8 modules total of almost 56 lessons within each of those. And so my point is like I'm spending a lot of time. I have actually tapped into a gap that my local real estate industry has. And so I'm trying to kind of there, and I have some warm leads. So I'm really trying to make
Mm.
sure that I kind of use that gap to be able to provide them a solution which they definitely need. And I do have 2 different industries that are really interested in the product. So I'm
Ah,
thinking, should I even wait for a low or should I just go big and then just see where it goes?
okay. Good question, because I've been through so you haven't launched your $997 course, huh?
By the end of the month, that's the goal.
Okay. So this is what I would recommend. Launch your course, $997 course, with a webinar. Webinar slash masterclass. Make it a 10-day launch. So let's say you can launch, usually I like to launch on a Thursday because people are more prone to be online. Let's say like it's like almost Friday and they're like just scrolling online. Like Thursday usually, for some reason, like in the market, it's like a good day to launch. So let's say if you're launching it on a Thursday, I'm just gonna say like on the 12th, And then so this will be your first masterclass. And then your second masterclass could be like, let's say on the 16th. And then another one could be like maybe 2 or 3 days after. Try not to do it on a holiday. Let's say, I don't know if there's like a holiday on this, but ideally I would say like your first launch to be on a Thursday and then like 2 other ones, and just make it like a 10-day launch. And when it's a launch, you want to have open cart day and close cart day. So the first day of your launch is basically day 1. And then day 10 is when you close the cart. And then before getting into the launch, 10 days launch, you just send out emails, you send out socials. Your content is basically just get people like interested. Hey, something is coming, like save your date on the 12th because I will be announcing something. So just like hype people up, and bring out the curiosity inside them. So they'd be like, okay, if you have a large audience, like they're just like waiting with you. So on the 12th, like you send out emails, you like social media, everything's like, okay, I'm launching this. So make sure you join. And what you're doing on the 12th is a masterclass. Okay. So I would recommend to launch it with the masterclass first. And then once you close the cart, so this is like, let's say on the 19th or the 20th, during the close cart phase, this is where you have to kind of like create the urgency too, letting people know that I'm closing the cart, like buy now, because like I don't know when I'm going to launch again. But you can like relaunch it or make it evergreen the following month. But I'm going to tell you more about what to do after the masterclass. But ideally, I would say like during starting the first week of June, start priming your audience, letting them know that something is about to drop on the 12th, and then just start hosting masterclass for that.
Can I ask one more question? I'm sorry if that's okay.
No problem.
So you said here is what you do before the close. So when you say the webinar, basically, should it be like an hour long? Can the same people come? Like what is the strategy there?
Yes, an hour long. I have a what we call I have a slides that I use. I can send over to you too. But basically it's just, yeah, an hour long. You kind of talk about, you first introduce yourself, and let me see where it is. Yeah, this is my masterclass. You introduce yourself, and then you share with people basically your life story. But at the beginning, you can also like let people know, oh, by the way, you can also like tell people, hey, if you show up live, I'm giving you this bonus, because like people are more likely to buy when they show up live. And then you can also like call out like the most engaging people. Hey, I'm dropping this 25 gift card for the most engaging people. And if you have a VA, or maybe like I started off like with my husband to kind of monitor the attendees inside for me, like that will work too. But basically you want to make sure that, because they might be trolls coming in and
Yeah.
people like promoting their own product, like just block them or like kick them out or mute them. But yeah, so it's a 1 hour session. Teach basically, first off, introduce yourself, and then go into teaching 3 subjects that is related to your topic. And then finally, ask them if you can you have the permission to teach, to basically tell them about your offer. So this is the wording that people use when they go to masterclass, because you don't want to sneakily pitch people without telling them that, hey, I'm actually giving you an offer. So the word that you use when it comes to the pitch is like, I want to ask for your permission. Would it be all right if I take the next 10 minutes to show you how you can get this all done faster with my step-by-step system, and even a done for you offer you can start earning right away? Okay. So the framework of a webinar is introduce yourself, and giving them breaking their false belief. So letting them know that, hey, if I can do it, you can too. So this is where I keep sharing like my old self when I first started my online journey. Like I was super awkward. I had this bang. I was not using the lighting correctly. And like, that was like my awkward moment. And I'm teaching people like how, if that girl can do it, and like, and I'm here today, you can too. So breaking that false belief, and then move into the teaching. The three teaching, usually keep it three. So this is what I teach usually, and then leads to Q&A. So the total hour of webinar could lead to like an hour and a half or 2 hours, but make sure during the Q&A phase, answer all the questions. I did a mistake before. I was like, maybe should be showing, like, give out too much of my time. I should show that I'm like, how should I say it? Like, it's privileged to that I'm here. I don't want to give out too much of my time. So I ended a Q&A like within like 20 minutes, and I did not make as much sales as I was expecting. And then on the day that I stay out till the end of answering every single questions, I make more sales. So if it's going to take an hour of additional an hour Q&A, definitely stay on the line for that. Okay. Is it helpful?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And
Thanks
by
for
the way, huge fan. I'm so happy to see the amount of progress you have made, because I've been following you for a long time. So go
thank
girl.
Yay, so nice to have you here. Awesome. Okay, let me see the comment. Amy, hi, I sell DWA. I'm working on a low ticket product to teach people how to create their own digital product with their ideas. Do you think my low ticket offer clash? Yes, it clashes with DWA. So this is the thing, right? You don't want to add on work to people. By the way, DWA is Digital Wealth Academy. It teaches people how to create digital product and also do affiliate marketing. So you definitely do not want to, you want a product that complements with it. Hey, Judy, nice to see you here. So yeah, definitely, I would say these days, like, again, back to that trust recession, right? Most people are worried that once they buy a course and that's it, they're not getting the support. One of the best, like, additional bonus that you can offer is like a coaching, okay? Like a coaching, a support, a community. People love that. So highly recommend to add on to that. And that's how you make yourself like irresistible, right? You want the bonuses, you want the additional product to add on to your core offer. It makes sense, complement to it. Okay. Okay. Hey, Aparna, yes.
Sorry, I'm asking, I'm hogging all the time. So about the coaching, I thought about it and I'm just curious, like, what do you suggest in terms of like somebody like me who's just launching a course? Should it, and my course, I was hoping to make it like a 6 weeks, but I'm thinking 6 weeks is probably not enough for them to go through the actually it's a very intense course on social media, really talking about the customer persona, going on to to what is competitor monitoring and all that stuff. So how can I bring them more value and make it so irresistible that they actually say yes, like they want to buy it, right? So then my thing is, should I just be offering them a course with these lessons and assignments, or should I also be doing on the side, like you said, coaching, so that every week maybe meet them once, like for 30-40 minutes, but if they have problems or they have questions, they can always come back to me? Or shall I have a community where they can post questions? So what do you think is a better approach?
Yeah, I would say your first launch, do both, like a community and coaching, because like people like to be in a community so that they could like ask a question with like-minded people, support each other. And when people post testimonials, you can use those too, and like that will be your marketing material. And then in that community, that's where you go live once a week. You could do Zoom, you could do like Facebook. Yeah, you could do like a 6 weeks. And you say you have 8 modules, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. Maybe each week teach that specific module, like
Okay.
module 1, niche, searching, and then module 2. So maybe it could be like 8 weeks long. So it's complimentary. It's free if you buy don't say like free, but like if you enroll today, you get this coaching with me too. And this is what I'm good at. And you get to have access to the community. And then after 6 weeks, then you can move into because you don't want to just end for your students. They might want to continue coaching with.
Right.
So this is where you can start. Oh, if you still want this coaching, make it $97 for them.
Per
97
month, $97,
per month.
almost like a subscription model, correct?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
Sorry.
One thing I did is that because I just started my community when I did my first launch, like Judy was one of them. I said, I named a term, they're grandfather in, because I
Mhm.
hate like kicking out students like from my Facebook group, and I want the number to keep growing up and not like going down. So
Yeah.
they're grandfather in, they basically have it for a lifetime. So maybe your next launch, when you make it evergreen, then it will be like, okay, 6 months inside this group and then $97 a month. So like face people. Yes, Amy.
Thank you.
No problem. Not sure, Amy. Question. Oh, I see your question, Amy. I was going to sell it for those who can't afford DWA. With it. Oh, okay. So I sell DWA. I'm working on a low ticket product to teach people how to create their own digital product with their ideas. Do you think my low ticket offer? Um, okay, so you're thinking of having a lower ticket product to sell people who cannot afford DWA. I think, mm, so I'm trying to think. If you, yeah, I mean, like it won't be a full on, like it will not be comparable to DWA. It will be your own course now. Like your message should not be, oh, if you can't afford DWA, you can buy this to get started. But you just have to market it in a way that, hey, like this is a course that teaches you how to create your own digital course, how to launch with marketing or social media. Um, so it is possible, but I'm just curious what's included in the course and how the pricing is going to be. I've seen people done like more like a PDF or like a quick tutorials on things like that works too. So yeah, I think if the course that you're thinking of adding, it's teaching people how to create their own digital product, then you definitely have to have the lesson of, how to create a PDF or a ebook on Canva, how to launch your course, things like that. So yeah, it's doable. Amy, if that makes sense.
Hey, so thank you so much for explaining that. What I was thinking is, I wasn't gonna like advertise it as a replacement for DWA because DWA teaches so many different ways to make money online. But if they're wanting to create their own digital products and they don't want to spend 500 for the full course, then they could buy my low ticket offer. I'm thinking to price it like less than $50,
Mm,
between 37 to 47. It's pretty extensive so far with like how to pick your idea, the niches, like some workbooks along with it to kind
oh,
of like help them and guide them to figure out exactly what they want to do.
okay.
And I've had some friends go through it who don't do any like have no experience, no marketing experience or anything like that. And they've actually been able to create like their own digital products, like their own low ticket offers as far as like a recipe book and a children's
Oh,
guide and stuff like that. So I've had
yeah.
really, really good feedback on it.
Heck
Um,
yeah. Yeah, then if that's the case, go for it. That will be really good. What I would recommend is like on your sales page, definitely collect the testimonials from your friend who went through it and were able to create something. Ask them if they can give you like a quick, either a type texted or maybe like a video recording testimonial and put it on your page. And then at the top of your info page, I would recommend to do a quick a video sales letter. So that's like a quick walkthrough. Hey, like if you're wondering what's inside this, I want to take you through a quick sneak peek and just kind of go through module by module, like inside, like quickly, not don't spend
mhm,
too much time on it. I'll say like 20 minutes, 30 minutes top would be great. And when you go through the modules, focus on benefit rather than feature. So what I mean by that is like, don't say, oh, this entire course is 40 hours long. You're going to do this. like there's workbook in here. These are great. These are features, but focus on the benefit that it will bring out. Like module 1, I'm going to teach you how to create a beautiful Canva e-guide that you can launch right away today. Also giving you this template you can implement right away. And then module 2, I'm going to teach you how to create content that convert so you can start building a loyal following and coming back for more. Focus more on like the outcome basically. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Celeste, what do you think of this idea? There are a lot of small businesses and digital marketers who are not using sales funnel. They just have a website link or a stand store link. I was thinking creating a course about system emphasizing the importance of a sales funnel, teaching step by step to generate leads and sales. Absolutely. This is actually a very important skills to have. And I noticed that too. A lot of times people are taught to use like Linktree, Beacon to get sales and that's it. But like teaching people how to collect leads so that you can nurture them, that's more important. This is definitely a really good complementary course on top of what you're selling. Let's say if you're selling a DWA or UBC, would a course like that be considered a low ticket or high ticket? I'm assuming because it's more improvement focused, so it would be a spotlight. I would say like a spotlight course, yes, it's more of an improvement course, but it also like allow people to get into your world. But one thing I want to say though, building a sales funnel, it's more of like a solution too. What I mean by that is that, so think about people like your target audience are people who want to build wealth online, make money online with, let's say, digital product. And that's why they would get like, let's say DWA. And because that's a course that teach you how to do it and how to resell, how to do it with affiliate marketing. So once they have that, they solve the problem number 1. So that was solution number 1, right? But they will have a second problem. Let's say getting traffic, growing social media. That will be the problem, the second problem they have. So this is where you have to think about what is the solution number 2 that I could help with that kind of problem. So I feel like building a sales funnel is definitely a solution to kind of product. So what I've seen people done it is with the sales funnel, they kind of ascend people through that. So this is what I'm going to get into, for example. Let's see. Okay. Like this is an example of a book funnel that I've seen from so many people. I think the first one who came out was like Russell. So he has a free book that he offers actually $0. Like he lose money from selling that book. Like all you need to do is pay shipping for $9. And then once people bought it, it take them to what a not upsell. I think it's upsell. Yeah, it is upsell. Upsell. So for example, oh, once you have this free book, you want to get into my, you probably wonder how to start. Okay. So this is where you have to get into my course. It's $47. And if people don't buy it, they will go to the downsell. So this is same thing. You get my course, but just without the workbook, without the template. So it's like half off, but basically it's the same thing without the workbook. And most of the time when people land on this page, they'll be like, okay, fine, I want the workbook. And they will go back here to buy the upsell. Okay. And then if they bought an upsell, then the third page, this is literally what I went through with Russell's page, like an hour before this call, because I bought his traffic secret book and I was like, I'm going to record because I know he's going to sell me a bunch of things. And the last one is use my team as an accountability. So you get 6 months of my team keeping you accountable to finish reading the book, to finish the course, to have your sales funnel up and running, all those stuff. So this is a sequence that he used, right? He had the order bump. I didn't have an order bump here, but order bump, it's usually the first page on here, or it could be on here too, but it looks like something like that. I grabbed the free book up there and it asked me, hey, one check. You could also get this special one-time offer of an audiobook and 5 more exclusive products, or you can just get the access to the secret live, basically his inner circle coaching, but they recorded. So literally it's like 0 effort for him. But when you check it, it will add on to the order. So that is called the order bump. And the upsell, it's more of the upsell is, so, the word that, so these are called OTO, which is a one-time offer, because, so let's say this is the upsell page. Only when you're going through this sales funnel, you're able to get this product at this deal. You can still get this product outside of the sale of the funnel, but it's just, you have to pay more. So for example, like if you say no to this offer, it's just no thanks, I'm not interested in getting a discounted ticket, and prepare to pay full price later. So that's the language that he used. So that's why I'm thinking, like, Celeste, you can build something like that. Like if people were to get DWA, you may offer, and you can add on. So that will be a later, hey, sales funnel is so important. So this is what you need to add on, because you need, statistically, people would not buy from you when they first see your product, right? You're a complete stranger. It takes them 7 to 12 times. So yeah, so that's the language you can use. Awesome. Okay. Amy, this whole book funnel thing is for a low ticket, or this funnel leads to a big funnel? Sorry, just trying to understand. So usually book funnel is a lot more advanced marketers. I've seen Russell, he loves a book funnel, but it's more of getting people into his world. It's funny, like I've been through, his book funnel was literally $0. When I bought it, I checked this. So I paid $97 for just a recorded training that he did for his inner circle. And then I did not get his, I got his, that was the course that I got. And then I also subscribed to using his team. And then right after that, I still got his email and say, hey, I also have this challenge for $100. So he just keeps selling and selling. And that's how he takes people through his challenge. Through his like ascension model. So this is, let me go through the entire thing real quick, because hang on, did I go through this? Okay. So back to Onyx, right? About the POI. So pay organic influencer. We went over that. Acquisition, getting people to your world. Liquidation is all about doing ads. Where was I? Okay, liquidation. The goal of liquidation is to recover as much of your ad spend as possible. Okay, you should allocate 30% on ads. So this is more when you want to do ads, and ads is the greatest expense. You need to strategically build a recovery process, and liquidation is the upsell, downsell process. Do it fast. The faster we recover majority of our ad spend, the faster we can get the acquisition back. So this is a really good point, and I want to show you real quick. I'm like taking you into my personal product life cycle, right? So this is my course. So Aparna, you might be really interested in this because I'm selling my course for $9.97 as well, but I'm selling it with a live webinar every single week. Every Thursday, I'm going live. And you can do like a recorded webinar, but if you're just starting this out, this is your first time. So first off, launch a webinar first and then close the cart, and maybe next month or maybe 2 months later, do a weekly live webinar. That's what I would recommend, because that's how you can, number one, improve your skills on like selling one-to-many, and number two, whenever you do live webinar, you get chat logs of people saying, basically they have a what do you call it, basically they have question about, oh, can I do this faceless? I'm so shy to start. You will see at certain point, people will say certain questions. And what you can do is to look at your replay and see when that questions, like the self-doubt question comes in, and insert a new slide for that self-doubt question to solve that. So at the end of the day, like if you keep doing this, keep refining your webinar, you will have a perfect slides, perfect webinar, because you know exactly when people are going to ask those self-doubt questions, and then you already have a slides that answer that. Okay, so at the end of the day, like once you have a perfect webinar, that's when you will have zero questions. Like people will just want to give you their credit card to you. So yeah,
That's what we want.
I know. So the way I'm doing my weekly live webinar now is that I have a sign up page. So it's basically just $0 sign up for my live coaching. Okay. Or I don't say masterclass, because people feel like, oh, masterclass, she's going to sell me. Webinar, she's going to sell me. I say free training. And I really teach something too. I teach 3 subjects. And then once they sign up, then I would give them an upsell and downsell sequence. So this is where I sell my 3-day affiliate starter challenge. It is a pre-recorded small lessons that I teach them and basically get them prepared what the webinar is going to be. So the upsell, $47, downsell, $27. And the difference is just this one has no workbook. And again, most of the time people would just go back to the upsell and get the upsell. And then after that, on Thursday, this is where I host my webinar and I sell my signature course. One thing though, your upsell, it could be just like a template, it's fine as well. It could be like a simple, maybe like a guide or ebook, make it valuable depending on the price point, but you don't want to take too much attention away from the main thing, okay, from the main webinar. So that's why like my challenge is like short, concise, and just basically show them the possibility of the online space, like so easy. Like yeah. And then during the webinar, when they buy, I also have an order bump and an upsell. So again, order bump, it's literally on the same page. It's like check, and then one-time offer, they get it. If they don't get it, they can buy it separately for $800. Okay, and then upsell coaching. Right now, I'm doing 6 months, but they could like extend another 6 months for $297. And again, like if they don't get it now, then if they get it outside, it will be a lot more. It's like 1,000 something. So that's something that you can do as well for like a weekly webinar funnel. Okay, let me get back on this presentation. So that's what I do with my liquidation, right? I'm having the challenges as my to recover my ad spend, because I started doing ads and I think I'm trying to keep it less than $40 a day. So if I have one person buy the upsell, then my ad spend is covered for that day. Okay, so the back end, so this is where you install your first major profit center. So this is where you can start charging a lot more. So something like more than, I think like 2,000 or maybe even like 10K. I think this is where you will make back a lot of money. But a lot of times, like what I have is something in between with my $997 offer. So that's, I don't know, my pre-backend offer. But that's like when you start getting people like really warm audience, like people are already in your world and they want more of you. So this could be like a mastermind, an inner circle, something that it will take a little bit more effort, but it also price a lot more. So Anik mentioned that always start with a logical ascension. And so this is a vertical ascension. Start off with something that it's low entry, $10 or $20, and then have the upsell to get back your ad spend, $37 to $97, and then the backend offer 1 to 2K, and then a high ticket offer $10,000 or more. Okay, so this is like when it comes to building a product ascension model, this is what you have to think about. Like start off at a low entry and then start building up from there. He also mentioned that it's important once you master one vertical ascension offer, and this is where you can start building different other offers. And at the end of the day, you only need 4 products. That's it. All of the top marketers I've seen, like Amy Porterfield, Jenna Kutcher, they only have 4 offers, and that's it. And they just recycle it through it every year. So each year, let's say they will launch product number 1, and then quarter number 2, they will launch product number 2. And then quarter number 3, they launch product number 3. And then product number 4, quarter number 4, they launch product number 4. So just cycle it through. And you honestly don't need to build so many products out there. You just have to keep refining it. And depending on the market, maybe you add on more lessons, more teaching, things like that. Okay. So I think we went through this. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, let me answer more questions. Okay, Aparna, do you recommend releasing your course lesson on a weekly basis so that you can pace it out for your clients? This is a good question. What I did is when I launched my course, I had 10 days money back guaranteed. And because of that, I did launch the first lesson first week and then second lesson second week, just so that like they're not accessing my full course and download my whole videos and templates. So you can say that. And your 10-day money back guarantee, word it in a way, like have a terms and conditions in a way, like you could just be a Google Doc, just ChatGPT terms and condition for a digital product, or maybe use mine and just change it to your own LLC name. And then say that, like for refund, it has to be conditional refund. So meaning that since you have 10-day refund period, but you have to show me that you've done homework from lesson 1 and lesson 2, because you need to give me the opportunity to teach you so that it is fair for both of us. And that's when I would honor a refund. So maybe like word it better, but don't, the students or clients should not be requesting refund without like a condition. So when you have a condition refund, that's just stronger on your end too. Okay, question from Darcy. How do you, when you know enough to start offering coaching and support? Good question, Darcy. I like to use this term, one chapter ahead. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be one chapter ahead. There's this book and a movie called Catch Me If You Can. It's played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. So Leo was Leo played this guy. His name is Frank Abagnale. At one point, he was like a lawyer. He was a surgeon. He was a professor at BYU. And when he got caught, Tom Hanks, which was the police officer, asked him like, how were you able to teach such a hard subject in front of so many smart students? And he was like, oh, it's easy. I just read one chapter ahead. So, and that's the thing, right? And that's how like that girl, when I showed you earlier with the bang, I started my whole journey looking like that, like super awkward. I think I have a video of this too. Like I was talking really slow. I was like thinking, and I did not cut off the part that I was just stuttering or like thinking. It was like silence. So yeah, if I show up like that the very first time, like anyone can too. And you don't need to give like coaching, like if you're starting out and you want to test the water, you can always offer Telegram coaching. And Telegram is an app. It's just text-based. So when people like text in a group, oh, how can I do this? It gives you more time too, that you can like maybe research if you don't have the answer, and then just reply back. So, but at least you have the support for your clients. So you recommend funnel over store and stand store? Yes. I'm a big proponent of funnels. Unless your stand store also collect email address. Last time I heard, I think Stan might have a cap at 2,000 emails. I'm not sure, but yeah, but I do recommend like as long as you're able to collect leads email address, then you're okay, because I did not make this up. Marketing rule of 7. It's like a real thing. The marketing rule of 7 suggests that consumer need to be exposed to a brand message or advertising at least 7 times before they are likely to make a purchase. Okay, and with these days, with the trust recession, I think it's like more now. And that's why when people come across your reels, your page, they're interested in what you have to offer, they click to get your freebie, your lead magnet. And this is how you get their email, because in order to get that freebie, they have to give you their email. So that and then you build out an automated email sequence to basically warm them up, to tell them who you are. And then maybe the second email is like how you started, what's your why. And then the third email could be testimonials from other students or your own wins, and then just build up from there. Yeah, so definitely collect people's email address. Otherwise, let's say if they first saw your reel, they like what they see, but then they scroll away, they did not get anything from you, they did not opt into your email or your subscriber, then they scroll and they saw another person who talk about the same product, and they were like, okay, let me just get it from that person, because yeah, they were not in your email sequence. What platform do you suggest for funnels? The top 2 ones, I personally use Funnel Freedom. If you want to use mine, I can send you my link. Funnel Freedom looks like this. It's a white label version of Go High Level. And in there, like I have like my own, I'm not like, you definitely don't need to get it from me. I'm not like, I have no financial interest at all, but I personally love Funnel Freedom just because they build out like AI, Freedom AI. It's not beta anymore. I feel like they need to take this out. It's been out for months. And I think it's powerful because like you can write your email there. And I also added my own stuff inside as well. Like when people sign up, I give out like certain templates, like the sales funnel templates, my email templates, and my what's it called? My affiliate templates. So if people want to use it for affiliate marketing, they can do that. But what I like about Funnel Freedom is this part, the email writer personal stories. Okay. So what it does, if you guys want to test it with me, we can test it now. But I need your help with that. So basically, if you write a short story here, and then you have a call to action, like what is like maybe like buy my signature program online income lab, and then you submit and it will write a full story for you, a story email with a closing, and it even does the transition for you. So if anyone want to share what's an interesting story that happened to you, you can type or you can tell me. Darcy, you like it better than System? System IO is a good one too. Yeah. Tell me an interesting story. I like System IO, but I feel like Funnel Freedom, it's more of all in one. Funnel Freedom is actually a white label of Go High Level. And before the whole funnel thing came out, like Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels is the first, I believe it's the first funnel like builder ever. But Go High Level is the very, so since ClickFunnels was born, so many systems, so many software like show up and doing the similar style as ClickFunnels. There was none of the software was able to compete to ClickFunnels until Go High Level show up, because the whole idea of white labeling it is very powerful. But that's like very technical. And anyways, so it is very I won't say like complex, but it's like all encompassed to a lot of things. I recently just started using text marketing. Like I start collecting phone numbers so that I can text people like when my masterclass is going to be, so that it increases my show up rates and things like that. So yeah, I do like Go High Level or Funnel Freedom. Okay, story.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't find the hand thing on my screen. So I guess for me, I've got Funnel Freedom and I've also got Stand Store, and I've been paying for both because I guess in my head I'm confused around, like I've got a funnel that leads through to an offer, but then I also have other offers. So do you just switch out your funnels depending on what you're promoting at the time in, say, your Instagram bio, or because I don't want to keep paying for both? And in my head, I'm like, well, Stan Store's user friendly, it's easy to understand, but yet I really love the like what Funnel Freedom offer in terms of like the AI and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, for me, I was kind of like, at the moment, I've got two links in my bio. I've got like a funnel, and then I have the link to my Stand Store that's got like a low ticket, mid ticket, and then like a coaching offer. But I don't really want to have two.
So you have Stand Store and Funnel Freedom. Is that what you said? Or is this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I know you probably like the feature of Stand Store. Like it look, is that why you're still keeping it on keeping with Stand Store?
I think it's, for me, it's user friendly and it's easier to understand because I've had it for like a couple of years.
Okay.
And I guess like I don't want it to be confusing for people when they can't, like, say, go to my Instagram. I like the idea of the upsell and downsell with the funnel, but then I guess you can market your other products through your emails. I'm just not sure. I can't keep both because it's stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just asking what your thoughts are around that.
Yeah, I know. There was a person that he wanted to keep with Stan Store because he likes the what's it called? The storefront kind of feature. Funnel Freedom actually have it too. I believe it's called Linktree. Let me see. Thank you, webinar, virtual funnel. Maybe it's not here. Linktree, LinkedIn potential affiliate, LinkedIn bio. Oh yeah, something like that. Or what was the other thing called? Not Linktree, but anyways, I remember seeing they have it here. Like if that's what you want, let's take a look at this one actually, because this is similar. Oh, this one, LinkedIn. Like and then the person just like, okay, let me just switch to this, because they also have something like that, which you can, once you build out, you can copy this entire thing and put it in your link in bio. And then inside this could be like your other funnel and then your second funnel. So that way you're not like paying for both. But what I would say, like if you were to do that the number one concern that I have is like moving your subscribers to your funnels, your funnel freedom. Because like that will be lost, right? Like depending how many subscribers that you currently have in your stand store. And that is the move that you may want to do. But yeah, and once you transition people to there, and if you're okay with like, you can use this to build your storefront, and then that's how you can add on and just keep it all in one softwares.
Okay.
Answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if not. Okay, do you guys want to test out this freedom beta? We can go, okay.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Okay, give me a short story. It could be something that recently happened. You can make it up. No judgment.
Is there more context around the short story?
Yeah, just like give like a quick context, like today I drop off my husband to the dentist or something like that. Let's see, did someone type? Okay, saw a deer yesterday while walking. Okay, let's go with that. I went to a car show with my husband, Camila. I love that too. I saw your car show, your Porsche. Saw a deer yesterday while walking my dog. Okay, call to action. What is your product again? You have a Chinese version, right? Okay, call to action. If you can write to me the call to action. Let's see. Oh, meeting group. All right, I'm just gonna do call to action, my signature course. Or, oh no, not here, sorry. Okay, Judy, I'm just gonna put my course. I know you might be at work. My signature course, online income lab, that teaches beginners on how to create their own course from scratch. Low effort and how to low effort and how and scale with affiliate marketing. Okay, I saw a deer yesterday. I saw a deer yesterday while walking my dog. Okay, literally story here. I saw a deer yesterday while walking my dog. My call to action is I want people to buy my course, my signature course. Let me buy my signature course. Online income lab that teaches beginners on how to create their own course from scratch. Low effort, with zero effort, and scale with affiliate marketing. And then this is like optional. You don't even need it. So let's just submit and see what it turns out. Okay. All right, subject lines and preview text. A deer, my dog, and $100,000 revelation. What a scared deer taught me about online success. Okay, this is like we could give more context on this too. This woodland creature showed me secret my unexpected teacher had 4 legs. Nurture. I like this one. Okay, something the best. Okay, so let's look at the email. Yesterday mornings started like any other day, just me and Scout, my overly enthusiastic lap on our usual walking route through the neighborhood. Then everything changed when we spotted a deer about 20 feet ahead of us. Scout froze, the deer froze, I froze. For what felt like forever, we all just stood there, locked in the weird standoff. The deer eyes were darting everywhere, searching for the safest escape route. And that's when it clicked. This deer was doing exactly what so many others do when we were trying to create our first online course. We freeze. Okay, here's the transition. We freeze, we look for escape routes, we get overwhelmed by all the possible directions we could take. I see it all the time, brilliant people with amazing expertise who get stuck in that deer in hindsight moments. They know they have valuable knowledge to share, but the whole process feels overwhelming. Should they focus on course content first, marketing platform, etc.? But what if you had a clear path, a step-by-step route that takes you from where you are now to having a profitable course that actually sells? Now we're talking to Online Income Lab. That's exactly what I've mapped out in Online Income Lab. It's everything you need to create your course from scratch, even without the overwhelm, launch it successfully and scale it with affiliate marketing. No more freezing, no more wondering which direction to take. In this course, you will discover the exact framework I use to sell, the step-by-step system, the proven strategy, templates, all the things. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's pretty powerful for what they built in there. And obviously, like we definitely could refine even more, like add more details, what to add in the story. And yeah, I like it. It's so interesting that it talk about this because I saw a deer walking my friend's dog. And we were frozen, all three of us, and the deer start stomping. And it freaked us out. But maybe it read me, like it's all about AI and they're always listening. So it's pretty cool. So yeah. Oh, gently. Okay. Any other questions?
I have a quick question. Just because you mentioned like the email portion of it. Do you suggest like with sales and email, like converting your email list to do stories or to be kind of straightforward? Because what I do is I try to analyze the emails that I open. And I've noticed like some emails are kind of short and to the point to the sale, and then other ones are more storytelling. What do you feel like works best on the back end system?
I think it depends on your audience and what you're selling and how they're familiar with you. I feel like one of the best way to gauge that is by looking at the stats. So, oh, I do want to show you guys this real quick before I forget. There's this website called subjectline.com. If you want to get really good click rate, literally just like add in your subject in here, like for example, this, and then it will evaluate. It's 100% free. I think one time free, and then the second time you just have to like subscribe, create an account, and things like that. And it will give you like, it will score for you, and then it will even give you like alternatives to make it more fun, urgency, things like that. Anyways, so back to your question. Yes, I think it comes down to having the open rate and the click rate. It's more important. Doesn't matter like how lengthy it is. Your audience might like to read like a good story, but some of them might just like straight to the point. So sometimes I would I would play around, like I'll have a long one if I'm just like nurturing, I'm just telling a story. But if I'm like selling some things like during my launch phase, then I would do a little bit of both, like sometime long, and then the urgency phase, I'm just like make it shorter. I also highly recommend to add pictures in your email because pictures speak 1,000 words and people love like a good story that comes with picture. No problem. Awesome. Okay, let me see if I have more questions. I think that's about it. All right. I hope you guys find this helpful. I want to do more of these like value, kind of just like get to know each other thing. And yeah, well, let me take a quick picture real quick. If y'all can kind of just like show your face. Okay. Awesome. We got, okay. Mila. Jeez. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Mila. Thanks, everyone. All right. Okay. Yeah. Any questions, just send me an email. I hope you guys find this valuable, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.